What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MPP, the Noah and Patrick podcast. And this is another episode. Mini episode is what we called it last week, but another episode. We're gonna go over last week's NFL wildcard games. Super wild card games, and then we're gonna give our predictions for the next round. So kind of just give everyone our thoughts about what happened in last week's games. I'll pull up a bracket so everyone can remember who won and who lost. I mean, I think everyone's gonna know who lost. Cowboys lost, and Philadelphia Eagles lost. I would say those are probably the two upsets.
I'd say the Browns was a pretty big upset. A lot of people had the Browns over the Texans.
That's true. Browns defense, they did not hold up against CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud
Browns
has 3 touchdowns.
And the Cowboys defense, just two of the top defenses throughout the year, just did not show up. Both giving up over 40 points. Both giving up over 45 points.
Yep. I guess we'll go with the Houston game first. Joe Flacco finally hit a wall. He was told to go out there, throw it as many times as you want. If you throw 3 interceptions, at least, get 3 touchdowns. But, man, a couple of those back-to-back interceptions, pick sixes, did not help the cause at all. I think
No, but that was like during the year one of my reasons of why I didn't want to pick him to win games against some teams because of his interceptions. And then, of course, when I'm like, you know what, he's proven me wrong. Let's go with him in the playoffs. Nope, he just does not have a great game. But shout out to Texans and CJ Stroud. Just great game overall by the team.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game. I guess now they have a real challenge to go into Baltimore for their next game. Do you want to predict that game, or you want to just
let's just do that. Let's just predict it.
Predict the game. Okay, Texans Ravens. Ravens and Niners have a week off, get some rest. All should be healthy. I think if the Texans get out to a hot start, they can definitely hold the lead. But I don't know. I want to see the Texans win just because it's a good story. CJ Stroud and DeMeco Ryans, all rookies, basically rookie head coach and rookie QB. But
yeah, it'll definitely be a big test for the Texans defense because Lamar Jackson, a mobile quarterback who can also throw the ball. The last time they faced a mobile quarterback, I don't know. Like, the last game of the year, Colts, Minshew's not really a runner. Titans twice, not much of a runner. Jets, Simeon, not a runner. I guess Russell Wilson 5 weeks ago. They won by 3 or 5 or something like that. But it's hard to go against the Ravens. We've already seen 2 top defenses go down. Not really have great showings. So do we trust the Ravens defense against a great offense in the Texans?
Yeah,
that's the real question. I think Baltimore definitely has 2 better safeties than the Browns, and that seemed to be where they were getting hurt a lot on the deep ball over the top. So I would like to go with the Ravens in this one.
Nice.
Put an end to CJ Stroud's Cinderella story, unfortunately.
I think he's still going to win Rookie of the Year. DeMeco Ryans may even win Coach of the Year. I think it's between him and Kevin Stefanski from the Browns. But yeah, it should be a good game, hopefully. Could have said that about any other of the last games. Oh, this should be a good game, and it's a blowout. Basically, all of them were blowouts except the Rams and the Lions. Um, but I guess we'll stay in the AFC. Kansas City gets a big win against the Dolphins. The Dolphins are still defeated when the temperature is below 40 degrees or something, 36 degrees. So,
Yeah, I really thought the Dolphins would put in a better showing at the very least. Um,
yeah. It was
Score double digits.
yeah, it was like 10-0, and then I think the Dolphins scored to make it 10-7. Like Tyreek Hill scored a on
An
a pass
underthrown
play.
ball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
underthrown, and then he
very
juked a
underthrown.
couple players and got in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the only touchdown that they scored, and they lost 26-7. So
Yeah, interesting to see what they'll do with Tua. I mean, I don't know how many years he has on his contract. I'm sure
yeah,
he's looking for an extension. I mean, Herbert just got an extension. Joe Burrow, he's in the same draft class. So either they're going to have to extend him this upcoming season or we'll
maybe they
see.
get their brother, huh? His brother.
Yeah, well, Talia.
A little swap there.
Yeah,
But Kansas City
well,
goes into Buffalo. Buffalo looked good. Josh Allen looked good. He had three touchdowns, four touchdowns, three touchdowns, two passing, one running. Um, I don't know, but Buffalo's favored by 2.5.
Buffalo did beat them a few weeks ago. Uh, both have really good defense. Buffalo's defense good throughout the year. Chiefs defense is probably one of the main reasons why the Chiefs are even here.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Buffalo's a family favorite, so I gotta go Buffalo.
Both
Um,
offenses.
Josh Allen just doesn't need if he doesn't throw interceptions, I think, and turn the ball over, I think Buffalo's got it.
I think, yeah, it's going to be the first team to make a big mistake that, puts the other offense in um, scoring range at least. I agree. I think Buffalo will win it. No family favorites here, but I believe Buffalo can win this one. It's just that Chiefs offense is just too up and down. The,
Yeah.
in
I
a
mean,
game
hey,
where,
Rasheed Rice looked good last week. He was actually the one catching all the balls.
yeah,
Uh huh?
like I said in the picks,
Oh,
underdog picks,
yeah.
which we lost still, but
I forgot to bet, so
it's fine.
still lost though. But yeah, should be that one should be a good game. We're always gonna see Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs for however long uh they decide to stay on these teams. Um but yeah, so we got I mean, I want to see the Texans win. It's kind of a toss up for me on the Texans Ravens. Noah's got the Ravens, and then we both got Buffalo for the AFC Championship.
Yeah, Buffalo, Baltimore. I think we'll be Buffalo at least. I mean, yeah, they're the 2 seed, but they got that in the last game of the season. They were struggling for a while, so
Yeah,
I don't think many people expected it to be like this. But I think these two are the probably the best teams that are coming out of the AFC right now. So
yeah. Now on to the NFC. Let's just get out of the way. The Rams versus the Lions. The closest game that we had for a wild card. Detroit looked hot. They scored on their first three drives, went down the field. Jared Goff looked good. Um, Literally the whole Lions team looked really good, but kind of stalled there in the second half. Only scored 3 points, but it was just enough to beat the Rams. And the Rams, man, they look good. Got a lot of young stars: Kyron Williams, Puka Nakua. Um, Still got a good defense. So
yeah, I mean, you said it all. There's nothing else to
okay,
really add. It was a great game. Yeah, definitely the best
sorry.
game to watch. And I do think the best team won from that, the Lions. I think they had the best overall team, probably the
Yeah,
best chance going on throughout the NFC.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, next we got Green Bay Packers and the Cowboys, which very disappointing showing from the Cowboys here.
yeah.
Just wide open receivers left all over the field. Could not stop Aaron Jones on the ground. It was just a mess for the Cowboys defense. Dak Prescott, 3 interceptions, I believe. Two of them trying to force a ball to CeeDee Lamb. I think he was trying too hard to look for CeeDee Lamb at some points. I think Brandon Cooks was open a few times. Ferguson had a great game, 3 touchdowns, but they could not come back in the end. The score was a lot closer than the game actually was. I think
There's
they were losing 27 to
27.
0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
27-0 at one point. I mean,
Yeah. They
that's
they went
that's
for it.
basically over.
Yeah, I think right before halftime they went for it on a fourth down and got it for a touchdown. So it was 27-7 going into half, but it was brutal to watch for all you Cowboys fans. I am so sorry that you had to watch for any if there was any team out there that got beat like that against a 7 seed, which I think is the first time a 7 seed has won. Um, yeah, that's rough out there.
That's a rough
But
one.
Jordan Love looked good.
No interceptions for Jordan Love, and he
Uh,
only missed, I think, 5 passes, maybe
yeah,
less.
but watching that game, everything he threw, the guy was wide open. It was crazy
Yeah,
how open all these guys were. Good young receivers, Dobbs or Doobs, right? I
dude.
think it's Dobbs. I think it's Dobbs.
DOUBS, whatever that,
Yeah, yeah. And
however
then
you pronounce that.
and Wicks had really good games.
Yeah,
Reed did not catch a ball. Who I think everyone's favorite was to lead the game in receiving.
yeah.
Did not do anything, but that leads to Green Bay versus the 49ers. Patrick's 49ers,
Go Niners.
his team.
Bang bang.
The only reason
Um,
I think maybe Green Bay could win this just based on how the defenses have performed so far in the playoffs
yeah,
have been really rough. But I'm sure that they'll come out with a scheme against Jordan Love and um, probably better at stopping the run than some of the
yeah,
other teams.
yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Is Jordan Love's not really too mobile, right? Like he can run here
He
and
runs
there,
the ball.
but
He runs the ball.
yeah, he can. But he's not like like not Lamar Jackson, right? He looks to pass. I
I
don't.
don't think they have very many set run plays. He's not like Hurts, Fields, or
Yeah,
Jackson.
which I feel like the Niners struggle with the mobile QBs. Um,
I'd say he's a good runner,
yeah,
good scrambler.
good scrambler, but not like a read option type guy
No,
like Lamar Jackson. So from all the games I see, where there's a scrambling QB, Niners tend to not defend as well as they should be. Um, I think 49ers have the best chance to get to the Super Bowl, I would say, behind the Lions in the NFC. Um, I think it's gonna be a good game. Hopefully, Purdy dominates, doesn't turn the ball over like 3 times. That's where they start to struggle. Um, Debo runs the ball. McCaffrey runs the ball great. I think it's also the Niners are favored by 10 points, which I do not like.
no.
Um, I would actually take the Packers and 10 points. So
Yeah,
for
I
the
think the
most,
Packers will definitely make this a game. I don't think it'll be a blowout by any means.
yeah,
I do think it might be a very offensive heavy game, like uh the Cowboys Packers game was. Even though the Packers not to the end, but still scored a lot
yeah,
of points. I can see this being another high scoring game, but I do see 49ers beating the Packers in this one.
yeah,
Jordan Love, good start to his playoff career, but
yeah,
see next year if they can do it again. Young receivers, see if the receivers can come back and
yeah.
uh, with their experience from the playoffs.
I would say Green Bay over Dallas is the most surprising. But this one was semi surprising with Tampa Bay beating the Eagles, as the Eagles were favored by 2.5 in this one. Eagles have been struggling all year long. They started 10-1, kind of crazy, and then they lost the last what, six, I think.
They finished 11-6 or 11, yeah, 11, yeah,
11.
11-6, yeah,
They lost five out of the last 6 games.
yeah. They went 1-5 to
Yep.
end the year.
Which, okay, like Buccaneers, they're in the weakest division. They only beat the Panthers by 9 in week 18, which is wild. And then they put up over 30 points against the Eagles defense. So, and Baker Mayfield was injured. He had like bruised ribs and a bad ankle. I mean, the Eagles didn't have AJ Brown either, but I don't know. This wasn't as surprising to me. What do you think?
Now we did pick the Buccaneers last week to beat the Eagles. I think everyone kind of saw it coming, but they also didn't want to
Count out the Eagles.
go against the Eagles, who have been.
Yeah.
I mean, they showed how good they were at the beginning of the season, and they just fell apart. You can see on the sidelines during the game there was some arguments. Uh, Jason Kelsey, I believe, has retired too, so that'll change how the Eagles look next year.
Yeah.
And we'll see what they do with Sirianni, the coaching staff. I'm sure they'll probably find a new offensive coordinator. Um, there'll be some big changes in Philadelphia. I don't think it was that surprising though. We did pick the Buccaneers, so. Um, but yeah, Buccaneers versus Lions. The Eagles were just out of sorts. Like you said, they finished the year 1-5 or 1-6, whatever it was. I have to go Lions. I do like how Baker Mayfield's playing, but the Lions just overall as a unit, I think it's just
The
too good. And they also have the
camaraderie.
best chance to beat the 49ers too, as the Lions.
Yeah. I really want to see Lions 49ers in the NFC, which is like crazy that the Lions are even mentioned. It's like we haven't mentioned the Lions in the playoffs in so long. But it's good for Detroit to get another home playoff game. I think the Lions are going to be too much for the Buccaneers. I don't know how much effort the Buccaneers, had or used energy against the Eagles. But hopefully maybe it's a back and forth Jared Goff versus Baker Mayfield type battle. Maybe they go touchdown for touchdown. But I think the Lions just have more weapons, offense and defense. So I think I got the Lions as
Yeah, and
well.
for all you underdog players, Lions, one of the best run defenses in the league. I believe they haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher this year. So, smacking the under over Rashad White for
No
sure.
Rashad White this week.
Smacking the under.
Thing. But yeah,
Depending on how much, I don't know how many yards they're giving him.
yeah. But that is the NFC uh conference.
Yeah, so we got 49ers versus Lions,
Yep.
and we'll just say the Ravens versus the Bills.
Yeah.
So this seems to be the two favorites
Basically.
there.
So both of the home teams, no upsets. Oh.
Yeah. And I think who was the
Most likely to upset, probably the Chiefs or the Bills, unfortunately.
yeah, the surprisingly too, because the Cowboys were like 8-0 at home or whatever it was. They were the only home team to lose. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's something to keep in mind also. But
Would think you would get home field advantage, but
out
no.
of all of them, you would have thought the Cowboys would have been the safest pick because of their home record. But there
Their
you go.
playoff
It's
their
just
playoff record's not that great.
but there you go. That's just how the cookie crumbles, you know?
How the cookie crumbles. So let us know who you have in the next round, and we'll keep doing these picks until the Super Bowl. But you know, moving along here with the mini episode, we'll do our underdog picks for the Saturday games only. Hopefully everyone has been enjoying those. Interesting to pick two games.
Yeah, it's kind of
Uh,
hard to find stuff you like with just 2 games.
but we all know everyone's doing the same. You may combine these with the Sunday games, which we'll have up as well. Uh,
Maybe throw a little NBA in there.
little NBA, yep. Maybe some hockey if you're into it.
Yeah, hockey.
We're not,
Uh,
but
College basketball if you want to trust your money in the hands of an
just
18-year-old.
vote Bronny James. Probably the under. I haven't really heard of any big games lately.
No huge games, but he's only played like what, 4 games, 5 games. I don't know.
Yeah. All
But
right,
yeah, so
who you got for underdog picks this Saturday NFL games?
yeah, so my pick, let's go with the Green Bay game, Green Bay versus the 49ers. I'm going with the hot hand Aaron Jones, higher than 71 and a half rushing yards. If he has a good game, then the Packers passing game should also have a good game. And like I said, this I believe this game will be a high scoring game. Staying here, we'll go with the 49ers. We'll go with another running back, higher than 88 and a half rushing yards for Christian McCaffrey, my MVP of the season, who won't win. But and then next, we're going to go with another running back, and we'll go with the Texans and the Ravens. Great defense out there. It's a little risky, but I'm going to go with under on 54 and a half rushing. I think the Ravens might get out to an early lead, and they're going to have to pass their way back in. So we'll see a lot of passing from CJ Stroud here.
Nice. For my picks, we'll keep staying this game. We're going with Fairbairn. I'm going with higher than 1.5 field goals made. All my picks are scorchers, so if you like scorchers, uh, these are the ones for you. Fairbairn, well, 2 field goals. I think that could happen. Houston may not drive all the way down the field and maybe kick a 50-yarder, maybe
Yep.
two. Um, Next thing with this game, I'll go with Zay Flowers. He seems like to be the number one guy for Lamar Jackson when he does throw the ball, so I'm gonna go a touchdown for him. Um, I was gonna try to choose Rashad Bateman, but it seems like Bateman just gets all the yards and Flowers gets the touchdowns and the yards, so can't go wrong with that pick. And then, of course, I gotta pick a Niners player here. I'm going with Debo to get a touchdown, either rushing or receiving. Um, can't go wrong with that. You can get it both ways, rushing or receiving. I think it's going to be a lot of running. I feel like they always run Debo in the playoffs when they need him the most. So, yeah, those are our underdog picks for the Saturday NFL games. Let us know if you are riding or fading with those picks. Noah's favorite.
Ensure the picks.
You want to insure the picks?
Be sure to ensure the picks,
Ooh,
just in case.
ooh,
This is not gambling advice.
just in case.
This is not gambling advice.
I would say insure the if you want to pick five props, probably better to just insure.
Yeah, it's tough to hit on 5 picks.
Yeah. Noah has hit on 5 picks before a couple of times, but
Yeah, very rare. Patrick hit on 101 for college football.
that's my only big win of the season, and that was what 6 months ago.
Yeah, still living off of it.
Still living, still ahead because of it.
Yeah, I think that's when you picked the under on Travis Hunter against Colorado State, and he
That was
got
a
hurt.
risky pick because
He
it
got
looked like
hurt.
it was
He
gonna
had
be over.
like 40 yards in the first quarter, and he got hurt in the first quarter too, I
Yeah,
think.
looked
So
like it was gonna be an over, but he got injured, and he didn't come back. He tried to go back in there.
yeah, he went on defense, but he
Yeah,
didn't go back on offense, and then he left the game.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's it.
that's it. This is our second mini episode, I guess. I don't even know that's the official wording for these, but just another episode recapping the NFL this last weekend. We got our main episode on Friday, coming out Friday afternoon, evening time. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this one, and we'll see everyone in the next one.
See ya.
So